Hello everybody and welcome back to Cast and Blast. Today we are back at the legendary Potholes Reservoir where we're going to be casting for bass, trolling for walleye, shooting any ducks we see, and if there's a carp swimming by, you know I'm going to thump him with my arrow. But for now, we got to get this boat in the water.
On our first day at Potholes, we spent the afternoon fishing the face of the dunes. Here you will find a series of underwater sandhills that provide habitat. You can also find some habitat boxes around here that are great for finding panfish. But when you're trolling near the bottom, watch your sonar, because these boxes won't move.
Giant bluegill. Just lift him in. You can lift him in. He ain't coming off. Now that's the type of bluegill that's in potholes. That's not even a super big one. If it's a giant carp, don't net him. I'll just shoot him. I'm being serious. Don't net him. I'm gonna shoot him. It is a big carp. I'm gonna thump him.
Hold on.
I want to shoot him. Please. No, I missed him.
Don't shoot me.
I'm gonna shoot you.
I don't know.
Now that was too low. Oh, that was straight through him.
This is a common carp. Was shooting him the most ethical thing to do? Not really. But carp are an invasive species in North America that need to be killed. After about 3 hours, we decided to pull the boat out, but stay tuned because this is not the end of the fishing adventures for day one.
That is called a bowling. So one thing I got between videos is I got my driver's license. So now I can drive. Hooray! Looking like a true survivor. I got struck. Come on.
After we pulled the boat out and got everything sorted, we rigged up a few rods and spent the rest of the evening bank fishing a few miles away.
I saw him eat it this time, bro. You know, I'm still standing. Woo! Woo! Oh! Woo! Yeah! Another bass. Yeah! Smashing that. I got something. It's a waller. Never mind, it's a basser. Largy. Woo! He's a gooder. Come here, pal. How you doing? How you doing? He's a pretty good largy. Maybe about half a pound. I'm gonna let him go. Here you go, pal. Well, it's getting a little later now. I'm gonna switch it up and use a little perch colored Rapala. There we go, we're set.
This This is the next morning duck hunt in the dunes. We set up on a bay with good vegetation to hide in, and the bay was large, so our decoys could easily be spotted from ducks flying over.
My safety was on. Well, that concludes today's duck hunt, and I shot 2 ducks, and I only got footage of shooting at one because the 2 shots that I had were super sporadic, and the ducks just came out of nowhere. But I got some other pretty good footage, and we're gonna get these decoys packed up and put away, and probably go do some walleye fishing, or panfish, or whatever we feel like doing. All right. 2 pretty okay ducks. Our decoys, and now we're running to Crab Creek to do some bass fishing. We're gonna throw some rage swimmers or some Senkos, see what monsters we can pull out of the creek. So we ran further down Crab Creek because we went too far up, and we're gonna fish some of these black sandbanks that have been dug out by the creek current. Under the water is just the same as that bank. It's a really steep drop off, and apparently that's where the bass are. Oh. There we go. Well, that's a goodie. Come here, pal. Oh, wow. Oh, no, he's just... Oh, yeah. Oh, the wacky rig. The wacky rig. In a good thumbnail way, yeah.
As we were bass fishing, we noticed there were far more ducks compared to the place that we set our decoys at this morning. Not only that, but I heard a lot of quacking coming over a ridge nearby. So being the curious cat I am, I army crawled up the ridge with my shotgun. And lo and behold, there was about 200 ducks sitting in a pond.
Trying to get us to tell us to all come?
No,
Why is he shooting?
because they're across the little pond and out of range. But if I go that way, across another little ridge, and crawl over that ridge, I can blast masses of them.
Well, you guys already heard my game plan. Now it's time to execute. I ended up walking a little ways until I found some deer trails to follow that led me straight to the water. The closer I get to the water, the more visible I am, so I started crawling. However, I soon realized the bushes end far before I'm in range for the ducks. So I sat and thought of my next plan.
I decided that shot from there was too close or too far, which it was. So I just decided to bum rush like it was World War I. Oh, got a nice mallard, got 2 nice birds. Woo! Well, here we go at the mouth of Crab Creek. I got 1 nice greenhead. Hold him out. He's actually a pretty big duck, the biggest duck we've shot on this trip so far. And female duck, which
A no head.
with no head, that I carried here alive and then cut its head off with a knife because I didn't want it to suffer. I have no idea if there's any regulations about a duck with no head, but footage of me taking it, so it's going to be easy to identify if somebody really pushes it. Oh, here's its head. Here, wash it off to show you guys. There you go. There's its head. If you're mad about me cutting off the head, write a comment about it. Whatever. For tonight's dinner, and cook those whole ducks over the fire. Hopefully this wood's dry. Oh, it's smoking me out. So now I got my ducks cut in half, and I can lay them right over the coals just like this. So there's breasts, and here's the rest of the body. I might add a few more sticks in there just to keep the heat a little bit more up. Other than that, I'm just gonna let these things cook. All right, I believe our first two pieces, this piece and this piece, are done. I'm gonna pull these off and let the breast keep cooking. Got all stiffed up on us. All right, go take these over to the table.
Hair off a duck leg.
Well, that looks pretty good. There you go.
Right here. It's better than the duck was last night.
Really?
Absolutely, without a doubt. This part a little bit raw for me. The smokiness super goes good with the gaminess.
3/4 meal. Got a little duck wing. That passes the test.
It's delicious, actually.
Yeah, have you never had straight duck like this before? Strangely, the way I would put it is it's actually pretty close to beef, as in the texture of it. It tastes very similar to a steak, except slightly more tender. It's really good. One thing you do got to be careful when eating game birds like this is we shot this with a shotgun. So there's a pretty good possibility or chance that there is shot in the meat. So when we're eating duck or turkey or grouse or anything we shot like that, we eat it slowly so we don't break our teeth.
After that full dinner and a good night's sleep, we woke up and decided to head straight back to those black sandbanks of Crab Creek with the big
terrible.
dreams of pulling out some Hugos.
Oh. Bass devastation in here. Every bass would be that size. Yep. Woo! I would say so. There's a good one. Got one on the dark green. Saw a duck just flee shore from us, close to the beach. I'm gonna go get him. Woo! Go get it. Girl. Good girl.
Good dog.
Well, that was a long waiting. We saw a lot of ducks. We weren't successful jump shooting. But we saw this guy from standing on the beach for whatever reason. As you just saw, I jumped overboard barefoot and shot him. On my third shot, I whiffed my first two. But we got him. Well, it's super rough out here, but the wind's starting to kick up and it's starting to get real hard to fish, as you guys can see. So I think the new game plan is we're gonna eat spray all the way back to Potholes Park, and then we're gonna stop it at the gas station and get a plate of food.
The wind came up. It's a little wet.
We made it back safe across the lake through that small windstorm. We ended up catching about 60 bass in the 2 days we fished that creek. If you guys are interested in walleye fishing potholes, make sure to check out one of my older videos here. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.